Mindfulness meditation, and especially mindfulness meditation for use in psychotherapy, I'd like to show you a few things today about it. Some people are familiar with meditation, and apparently there's all kinds of ways to meditate. The kind that I'm going to show you today involves keeping your eyes open and focusing on your breath. Really what it is it's just training yourself to pay attention over and over again, and using moments when your attention escapes you to come back to your attention, and I'll explain. The first thing to do is we want to put our feet on the floor or the ground, wherever we're sitting, and just notice. In fact, just notice the sensation in your feet. Okay? Now notice the sensation in your legs. Just notice your body, your legs and your feet. And now wherever you're sitting, get comfortable so that you're not too comfortable and you'd like completely relax and fall asleep, but you're not right on the edge of your chair. You're just kind of sitting somewhere there in the middle, balancing your posture so that your head on your shoulder and your spine is kind of straight. And you're sitting in a way where you could just stay there for a bit. Your arms, your hands, put them wherever you like, but the basic idea is so that you don't have to think about holding them. You don't have to think about holding your legs. So you just relax your body and you let your arms fall where they will. Your head is up. Your eyes remain open in this meditation. And I'm going to demonstrate it for you right now in this posture, looking straight ahead. And with your eyes open, looking straight ahead, what we're doing is we're just seeing. We're not looking at anything in particular. Just kind of eyes open and just seeing. And then we start to become aware that we're breathing. Just notice now that you're breathing. I mean, you were anyway, but the difference is that now you're paying attention to it. So you don't have to do special breathing or sort of meditation sort of breathing or whatever you imagine there. But just breathe as you breathe, but just paying attention to it. And notice that you're breathing out, and then at some point breathing out becomes breathing in. And then breathing in subtly changes to breathing out. And in this mindfulness meditation, what we're doing is we're just noticing that. We're repeatedly coming back to that we're breathing. Breathing in, and we're breathing out. And it helps to just notice, for example, like the length of your breath, just how long it goes. Notice when it gets to that point, when it becomes breathing in, that subtle little point of where it becomes breathing out. And just come back to that over and over again with your eyes open, looking straight ahead. And as we repeat this and we go on, if you notice at some point, inevitably you will, that your mind wandered, good news, because when you notice that, that means you're mindful again. You see how that's built in? So the moment that you notice that your attention has lapsed, you're aware again. So what do we do about that? No score keeping, no record keeping. It's not like I'm good at this or I'm bad at this or something. It's just do the simple thing of returning to the breath again. Breathing in, noticing that. Maybe noticing the sensation in your chest, your abdomen. Maybe you're noticing the sound. And breathing out. Coming back to the breath, our attention wanders a bit, and noticing again, joining the breath. One way to think of this, or as an aid to help you, is it's like when we breathe in, like you're walking up steps or a ladder, and you're sitting down, and then the out-breath is kind of like sliding down a slide. Like when you were a kid, at the park or something, and you're sliding down that slide with the out-breath. You get all the way to the bottom of the out-breath. You turn around and you kind of walk up again. And then you slide down, coming all the way to the end of the breath. Okay, since this is a video and I'm just showing you this, it's just instruction, keep doing that for a while, and then later today and tomorrow and whatever, practice that part for about 10 minutes. Set your clock or your phone or whatever so it'll go off, and do that for about 10 minutes. Now I want to show you the second part of this. Okay, you've got the foundation, right? That's the breathing part and coming back to it. So the next thing to add on to that, and this would be kind of the introduction to the whole thing about mindfulness meditation for therapy, is the next thing is we practice that part of coming back to the breath, noticing a sensation, and when we get a little bit more comfortable doing that, we're going to notice when thoughts happen. Okay, same thing with the breath. You're coming back to the breath, but I'm saying that when you're paying attention to the breath, next part is when you notice that thinking is happening. And what I mean by thinking is, thoughts pop up, random thoughts, what you've got to do today, or even thoughts about, gee, I'm sitting here doing this meditating, or, I just heard a noise in the house, or memories come up, or little sound bites in your head, dialogue about what you said to somebody, all images, pictures, whatever. That's what I'm calling thoughts. So these thoughts happen constantly. Don't try to not think. There's no reason to try to do that, because that's how our minds are. It's constantly generating thoughts. So, but what we do with the foundation member of the breath and coming back to that, second part is we're going to keep returning to the breath, but when thoughts happen, we're going to label them. Imagine you're standing there with like this big roll of stickers, and each sticker says thinking. And I'm being a little funny, but it kind of teaches what I'm trying to teach is every time a thought comes up, you'll pull off one of those labels and you'll put it on the thought as if it's coming down a conveyor belt. Each thought is coming through your mind like on a belt. And you'll just say to yourself internally while you keep coming back to your breath, thought comes up, you label it thinking. Okay, we're just going to put the label on it and we'll say to ourselves thinking. And then what? The first part that we've already learned is we return to the breath. So we label thoughts as thinking. Even thoughts about that we're meditating. So it's like there's no thoughts that, are outside this process. Every thought, even the thought about what we're doing, gets folded back into the process of label it thinking and then return to the next breath. Okay, so that's the first part and the second part together, mindfulness meditation. Let's do both right now. Okay, back to your posture, feet on the floor, your body just kind of shift it so it's relaxed. Arms wherever they'll be. Eyes are open. Looking straight ahead, nothing in particular. And coming back to your breath. You don't have to go chasing thoughts. You don't have to push them away. It's just like when you're walking down the street and somebody passes you, you just sort of nod. Same thing when thoughts come to your mind, you just sort of acknowledge them. Peel off a little sticker, so to speak, and you say thinking to yourself. And then you just return to the next breath. Let's try that. Come back to the breath. That's your foundation. Noticing breathing in. Noticing breathing out. Thinking happens, you label it thinking. Any thought in the world, any thought, it's thinking, and then return to the next breath. Okay, that's a basic introduction, and the whole purpose of this really, and why I say applied with psychotherapy, is to improve your mood, to change your relationship with yourself, meaning your thoughts, your feelings, developing a new awareness. That, by the way, is a whole subject about how that's going to change your relationship with other people. Help you become an observer of your process, your thoughts and feelings. That could also help you to do something creative, like, well, if this is what goes through my mind a lot of the time, what do I want to pay attention to? Do I want to act on those thoughts I'm thinking or those feelings, or maybe I want to refrain? And refraining maybe helps you act in a different way on them. I think it's very helpful to people, and I hope it can be helpful to you. If you'd like to explore it further, give me a call. I'm glad to teach people how to do this basic meditation, and it's an important part of the psychotherapy practice as well. It's very helpful for anxiety and depression, and also just to help a person cultivate a deeper sense of purpose, spiritual meaning in some cases, and happiness and fulfillment. Thanks for watching.